Hello everybody, my name is Blake, and I will be teaching you how to set up and run Logic on a Sunday morning. First, you will need to open the Logic application. Next, open the OnStage application. If you see a MIDI message, it is telling you the inputs and outputs your computer is using. More on that in a minute. Simply swipe it right to remove it. Then, pull OnStage up to the top right corner of your screen. OnStage is the tool we use that holds our Logic files and switches them for us automatically during service. Next, load in a typical Sunday morning set list. As you can see, we loaded into OnStage Alive, 10,000 Reasons, and O Come to the Altar. By clicking the right arrow in the bottom right of OnStage, you will load in the Logic file. You will now see the Logic interface and all the tracks available to use on Sunday. You have a multitude of controls now available to you that include panning, changing the volume of each track, and selecting and reordering tracks within the interface. You can also solo tracks so that you just hear their output, or you can mute it so that you don't hear it. To begin playing a song, simply press the Return Enter key on the keyboard to bring you to the beginning and spacebar to begin playing. Spacebar starts and stops wherever the white bar you see moving across your screen is located. To scroll down, simply use two fingers and push the screen up. To scroll up, use two fingers to pull the screen down. To scroll right or left, simply use two fingers to pull the screen in the direction you want it to go. Notice the green box in the bottom. It is a MIDI command note. This serves as the instruction command that tells OnStage, the box in the right of the screen, to close the Logic file and load the next one automatically. Let's see it in action. Allow me to close the current track and start from the beginning. I use the right arrow to open the first song, like I will do before service starts. I press Enter to go to the beginning, and spacebar to begin the song. In this video, I move to the end of the song so that the green box we discussed can be activated and open the next song. Observe. As you can see, Alive has been closed and 10,000 Reasons is now open. Press the Return Enter key to go to the beginning and spacebar to start. Now, 10,000 Reasons has closed and O Come to the Altar is open. When there's no song after this one, OnStage will just open the current song again. Now, let's do the whole process again, just like we would on a Sunday. I must first load in my songs by dragging them into OnStage. I select the first song, and then hit the right arrow in the bottom of the OnStage to load in Alive. Each time a song loads, I click Return Enter and then spacebar to start it. Now let's talk about the outputs and inputs I briefly mentioned in the beginning of the video. This computer will run through a USB into a red USB box. Our tracks have three outputs that they can go to. We will set up all of the musical tracks to output in stereo to give us a much fuller and clean sound. The guide track and click track, however, will be set to output in mono 3. Let me show you how to do this. Select the track that you want to change the output to. Make sure the information I in the top left is selected. If it is, it will be darkened. Then look at the input and output settings. To change the channel from stereo to mono, or vice versa, simply click on the circle next to input. You can change back and forth there. One circle is mono, 2 is stereo. To change the output, look a little lower in the panel and you will see the option when you click and hold on output. To get it to be mono 3, simply hover over output, then in the bottom mono, and then select mono 3. Your channel will now output to this. I will now click back and forth between the different channels. Guide is in output 3, as well as click track. Musical instruments like the bass, however, will be outputting in stereo. I hope you now feel confident in your abilities to run and operate Logic and OnStage on a Sunday morning. God bless.